YouTube has been recommending this video to me nonstop, so I figured I'd react to it. This one is from EWU Bodycam. I'm a big fan of their other channels, so I'm sure this is going to be high quality stuff. If you'd like to support the original creator of the content, please follow the top link in the description. I'd also recommend doing so you can experience the video without me interrupting and talking all over it. With that being said, let's get right into it.
While the following footage is highly intense, it doesn't show anyone being physically harmed or injured. On November 21st, 2023 at approximately 8:35 p.m., a man clad in dark clothing strolls through the Walmart's entrance unnoticed. He has a camouflage backpack slung over his shoulder and a firearm lowered at his side. Moments from now, he will execute a diabolical act of violence against unsuspecting shoppers. Just ahead of him, a pair of shoppers sort through holiday-themed products before the suspect turns toward them and points his finger. Though the man has not yet acted on his atrocious plan, a 911 operator soon receives an unsettling phone call.
Alright, so, I just noticed in the footage that, he walked by them and did, a finger gun motion. That is so eerie. I used to work in a Walmart back when right before the pandemic, when there was a big influx of all these events happening, kind of like this one. I think it's still too early in the video for me to say the type of event, but you could probably piece two and two together. And it's this was one of my biggest fears, just working in public, because you never know, right? These things just pop up out of nowhere. But the fact that he strolled in with a rifle or whatever type of firearm that is, and just casually walked in without causing much of a fuss, and there was no security presence or anything, it's just jeez. Hindsight makes a lot of this stuff look really, it always makes us in.
The following footage has mostly never been seen before.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hey, Walmart in Beaver Creek.
Okay, what's going on?
There's a dude that walked in here with a rifle.
There's someone that came in the Walmart with a gun.
Yep, with a rifle.
Suddenly, the conversation devolves into a frenzied panic.
What was he wearing?
Type of fatigue pants.
Wearing what pants?
He's shooting.
He's shooting?
He's shooting. He just shot. He's shooting.
Sir, I can't hear anything. What's going on? Sir!
Moments later, a flood of frightened calls crashes into emergency services.
There's a dude shooting in the store. Me and my fiance.
All Beaver Creek units respond to Walmart. It is an active shooter.
Okay,
yeah.
what?
Hopefully I never have to, make an emergency call. But, it's so rough, hearing these things back and knowing, the operators are trying to keep the people calm in, these situations where things are, definitely spiraling out of control, or, there's definitely danger there. I wouldn't know if I could keep my composure at all. I don't think I could.
What's going on? What do you see?
Me and my fiance, everybody took off running outside, but me and my fiance was in the cereal aisle.
Do you know if anyone shot?
No, but dude walked in. I thought he had a BB gun, and he looked at me, said hi, and kept walking. But I hear him talking.
Okay, do you...
ladies.
What the hell?
Okay. Out of breath, we just ran.
While some people manage to escape the store, others are not so lucky.
We're coming, honey, we're coming. I want you to get somewhere safe and do not engage with anybody. Just stay where you are until we get help there, okay? Where do we go? We're coming, okay? Just stay somewhere safe. Don't move, okay? Are you in Walmart or are you outside?
I'm inside of Walmart. I'm in Subway. I'm dug down behind the tables.
Okay.
Shoot me here.
Okay, do you know if anybody's been shot?
No, everybody's running out the door. I'm up under the table. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, stay under the table for me, okay? Everybody's getting there, okay? Go ahead. They're all coming, okay? Stay where you are. Do not move. Do not make any noise, okay?
As the calls continue to pour in, dozens of officers race to the scene to rescue the victims and capture the shooter before it's too late.
Unit 2 on code 3. It is an active shooter in the cereal section of the store.
13837.
As police raid the building, nothing prepares them for the gruesome scene inside. The officers pair off and begin clearing the outer sections of the store with extreme caution, aware that the shooter is inside and heavily armed.
Police department! Anybody back here?
Like, you gotta imagine how anxious the officers must be. Because, like, Walmart isn't a small store in any location I've been to. Like, there's way too many vantage points and places people could hide. Like, I do not envy the first responders there that have to kind of jump into this thing blind, basically. This whole situation is like, what the hell, man?
Here we go. Hands up. Keep your hands up so we can see them. All right, you see me? Right here. Follow me. Yes. Stay on us. I got one. Go. Stay with us. You good on this pace?
I'm good.
Yep.
Good. Everybody here?
How many of you are there?
4.
All right.
Deep inside the Walmart store, surveillance footage shows the shooter calmly moving through the aisles, with some shoppers desperately escaping his path. However, others don't seem to realize the tremendous danger they're in. Police later identified the shooter as 20-year-old Benjamin Jones. When his younger brother and sister are later interviewed by detectives, they are just as shocked as anyone else.
Sure, he would say a lot of stuff, but you wouldn't. I wouldn't have in a million years thought he was going to do something like this. But he was getting to that age where he wanted to go out and do things for himself. Like, he wanted to be independent. But every time he tried, he would get stopped. Like, he wanted to join the army, but then he had some mental health issues that they denied him access for because he had to see a hospital or whatever.
He always cared about our animals. He always cared about us as people. He was a very, very caring person. No part of me would have ever thought that he was capable of hurting other people. Not like this, at least.
Despite their surprise at learning what their brother is capable of,
how does the family of the attacker or of the shooter react to the situation like this? Like, what are their thoughts on, what their family member wanted or did? Like, I don't really think I've ever thought deep enough or deeper than the parents must be gutted or that surface level shot. And that's something I'll admit too. I've never really thought that what the siblings might think or people who know the perpetrator. Because geez, that in that situation, if you have a family member or something who does something this atrocious or this unexpected, how do you kind of reconcile with that? How do you piece together the puzzles? Well, there were always signs or something. You know what I mean? Is there's got to be more cases like this where there's siblings or cousins or close friends who were just I never seen this coming. This is a lot heavier than I thought the video would be. It's kind of silly. I mean, given a title. Jeez. This is a downer. I'm definitely down right now.
Benjamin's family will soon reveal several startling ideas that possibly motivated his violent actions. At the crime scene just outside in the store's parking lot, another harrowing call reaches dispatchers, describing a victim with critical injuries.
Are you with the person who shot?
He is bleeding very bad.
Okay.
There's a lot of blood.
Do you still see the shooter?
I'm sorry?
Do you still see the shooter?
No, the cops are inside right now.
Okay. All right. Are you with the person that's bleeding?
Dude, we just need somebody here now. She got shot in her head, or she fell and busted her head or something. Like, there's a lot of blood.
While help is on the way, one of the victims takes to Facebook to warn local residents about the brutal attack inside the store.
If you guys know anybody who's at Beaver Creek Walmart right now, call and check on your people. It's literally just shopping for Thanksgiving stuff. And this guy walked right past me with an assault rifle and started shooting. I don't know if he shot people or if people are dead or what is going on, but I ran. So if you guys know anybody that's at Walmart right now, call and check on them because he shot like 10 times. He walked right past me, I was scared. I thought you were inside.
As police clear the building, the twisted reason driving the shooter to commit such a wicked act remains to be uncovered. The situation continues to grow dire as more callers choke the emergency lines, pleading for help.
There's a lot of people out here right now.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay.
The victim, Amanda, had been shopping with her mother when they heard the explosive sounds of gunfire. Realizing the nightmare was real, they immediately fled for the exit, when suddenly the shooter fired a bullet which struck Amanda's head. Somehow, she and her mother made it out to the parking lot before Amanda collapsed.
It's okay.
Nobody listen.
You can't touch your head. I'm so sorry, but you can't touch your head. I told you. I'm sorry.
Nobody.
It's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just sit still. Just sit still.
Oh my God, I can't hold her.
Like, we are holding her down as much as we can. She's fighting us.
Stay with Mama.
What did you say, Tia?
Stay with Mama. Stay with Mama.
The situation is equally grim inside as officers in the center of the store find more victims to assist.
Down. Aisle 23.
Good?
Ma'am, you okay? Are you hit? You been shot?
Whoop, I got your front.
Negative. It's going to be a drink section. Where have you been shot at, ma'am?
I think in the back.
In the back? Okay, I'm going to check you out real quick, okay?
Like this is a situation no one has to experience. Realistically, it's just what do you even say about this? Like it's so disturbing that this is like almost commonplace. Like it's a thing that just happens more and more frequently. I know there was definitely a period back in 2019 or so where it was like getting really bad, at least as like news coverage wise, where like these things were so common, they were so frequent, and it was like every other week it felt like there was just another one that happened. It's like this sucks. This is actually terrifying. Like I'm spooked right now. Ugh. I'm already like a goblin that does most of my shopping online, but like if anything was gonna reinforce that, it's definitely this. Like, and it sucks to live in fear or feel like you have to live in fear of stuff like this happening, but like as things are now, there's loose cannons, there's ticking time bombs that are just out there in society that might explode and do something like this out of nowhere. And like I don't know if the little clip before last was about like a young girl that got hit in the head or what, but like geez. This is it's a rough one. I'm not gonna lie, it's a rough one.
Okay. Just stay right there for me, alrighty?
Police will soon learn that the victim, Tiara, was shot 7 times. Additionally, her
7
purse and cell
times,
phone were
dude.
later discovered to have bullet holes. As EMTs finally arrive on scene, officers provide an armed guard to ensure they're able to safely provide emergency medical assistance to all victims. As civilians escape the horrifying situation, police urgently gather traumatized witnesses in the parking lot.
Do we have anybody that's injured at all? Nobody is injured, right? Nobody needs any medical attention whatsoever? Everybody's okay? All right, by a show of hands, how many people witnessed what took place?
1238. So if you're clear,
Keep your hands up so I can see you. If you witnessed it. Those of you that witnessed it, can you come over here to the left?
Hauntingly, one of the victims later described the shooter's target selection as taking aim at people who were running from him and not the people who were willing to stand there. As officers continue clearing Walmart, they search every possible hiding place, knowing there could be another wounded victim. They'd found the shooter, Benjamin, earlier during a search, but not in a way anyone anticipated.
Police department, please. Unclear.
They discovered 2 women who managed to barricade themselves inside the fitting rooms, terrified of the danger that lurked just outside the door seconds ago.
Hello, police department?
Yes.
Are anybody injured?
Yeah. No.
Any weapons?
No, we don't.
Let me see your hands, please.
We're just
all hands, please.
We're hiding.
How many are you got?
It's just me and my sister.
Okay.
We're hiding.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm scared to death.
Okay. Did they get the guys? They did. Come on.
Okay.
Despite the chaos and tragedy inflicted by Benjamin's actions, officers eventually rescue all victims and secure the building. This is because of what Benjamin eventually did that turned the case on its head. The first 2 responding officers, Dylan Zimmerman and Joseph Desjardins, arrived on scene approximately 6 minutes after the shooting began. As their vehicles pull up to the store, their sirens alert Benjamin, who ducks down and scrambles towards the vision center. He quickly pushes past the barrier to hide around a corner, hoping the officers don't notice him. Just as Officer Zimmerman makes his way around the corner of the vision center, the unthinkable happens.
Got him. .138, shooters down.
Benjamin took his own life mere seconds after the officers entered the building. The overwhelming feeling of what they fought through reflects in their conversations, as some of them take a moment to check with their families and each other.
So that kind of outcome always irritates me when it comes to these these incidents like this, where it's like, you know, the person takes or attempts to take lives, and then to avoid any repercussions, they end up offing themselves, which I think is like, how do I put this? Because I don't want to sound cruel or anything, but like if you're gonna do that, like if that is the escape plan from what you've done, I feel like you should just do that before you do anything to anyone else, right? Like, not wishing that someone, you know, is off yourself, but like if you're going to do that, like if that is for sure the outcome, how about we spare everybody else who has nothing to do with whatever you have going on mentally, and we handle that situation that way, with no one else being affected by it. Like, sure, the family will be affected, but I think that is a tragedy with a different connotation or a different, like, long-lasting effect than the one that you leave behind where you've affected multiple families indiscriminately, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's a tightrope to walk and talk about the subject, but I'm mainly saying this to say I hate so much when these situations devolve into, oh, the perp is self-deleted at the end. Like, you could have just went into a quiet spot in the woods and did that. I don't know. YouTube is probably not the place to say that. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that way. My bad. This has been heavy. This has been deep.
This went from bull to real in about like 2 seconds. Dude, I was sitting there, I was like, I better slow down. Yeah. I need to get here, but I need to not die.
The FBI would report that based on the evidence collected, including 2 journals Benjamin kept, the attack may have been at least partially inspired by racially motivated violent extremist ideology. According to his family, Benjamin suffered from mental health issues which spiraled after a tumultuous relationship with his girlfriend ended. His family was unaware that he acquired a gun just 2 days before the devastating attack. When detectives later speak with Benjamin's mother, she provides unsettling information about some recent comments her son made.
Did he talk about doing anything like tonight? Did he talk about hurting anybody?
I don't know that he ever said that he would do anything like that. He would just say, like, sometimes that's what people have to do, you know?
With no manifesto found to explain his horrific crime, no one knows what could have possibly caused Benjamin to commit such an unspeakable act. However, while many have speculated about what his true motive was, we may never know for certain. Miraculously, all 4 of the gunshot victims survived their injuries.
I'm glad that they at least survived the injuries at the end, and no one else was taken away by Benjamin's actions there. But jeez, that was rough to sit through. Like, I'm really into true crime as like an observer or like sitting on the sidelines, but like sitting there and listening to the like the 911 calls for like an active shooter situation is like, it's heavy. And boy, but this was a great video from EWU Bodycam. I love their stuff. The narrator has a amazing voice for presenting the information, I should say. And very neatly edited and everything. This was a phenomenal video. Again, please support the original work by clicking the top link of the description. If you want more videos like this, let me know. We'll do more. Just see you in the comments, or I won't. Either way, if you made it this far, you can put an emoji in the comments of your favorite fruit, and I'll try to heart it if I see it. See you next time.